So I am here with two cast members from the Choir of Man. Could you tell our watchers the part you play and your name?
My name is Gwilym-Jones and I play the maestro.
And my name is Godfrey and I play the beast.
Amazing. So we're here today to highlight the effect UK pubs are having on the UK and how much they are closing. And obviously we're here in front of a fully working bar because the Choir of Man takes place in the fictional jungle. How does that reflect your own pub memories?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, like you say, we set our show in a pub, but it's also it's a representation of any community space that's closing, because it's not just affecting pubs, it's affecting leisure centres and churches and mosques and things like that, and community halls. So yeah, we kind of set ourselves in a pub, but it's also those memories of places where people can gather and how much we're losing that. For example, my hometown back in Wales doesn't even have a cinema anymore, so people can't even go together to watch a film. And it's a representation of places where people can go to have a shared experience, and we've decided that the pub, because historically that was the centre of sort of community in old towns and villages, that's what we decided to set our show in. Yeah.
That's really sad that there's no cinema.
I know, yeah.
What does a pub setting mean to you personally?
I mean, it's pretty much the pillar of my entire existence, I think, from the early days onwards. I mean, I worked in a beautiful pub called the Punter back in Cambridge, and the landlady was two of my best mates' mum, and between us, all the bar staff, they were all of my best mates. So we spent all of our time working in the pub or drinking in the pub when we weren't working. And all of our friends would come, and when they finished work, they wouldn't have to text anyone, they wouldn't give anyone a call, they'd just turn up at the pub. And constantly then you're surrounded by people that you love, and every night you have fun and you have conversations and you blow off steam and all that sort of stuff. And it was just a real sense of community, which fortunately, having joined the Choir of Man and not being in those pubs so much and being in this pub, I found that same sense of community and the same friendships. And I think many people who come and watch the show, this becomes their pub as well if they come regularly, that is.
The show does feel like a love letter to local pubs. Do you think that contributes to the emotional impact of the performance, like the connection with the audience?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's what it's all about. Like Rob said, our goal is to make this pub a regular spot for people. And like Rob alluded to as well, we've all become such good friends from just doing the show, and the show has become such an important part of all our lives. And we kind of, the part in the show where we talk about our personal stories really hits home and gives a sense of connection with the audience as well. And it's that thing of, you can turn up here and feel like any night you come here, there'll be somebody and it's a place for people to come and feel welcomed and feel safe. That's our goal.
Especially as it strikes me as, because I have seen the show once or twice, Choir of Man is kind of a show that no one ever really leaves. The amount of time previous cast members have returned and things like that, it literally strikes me as a family, and lots of pubs are like that as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. We certainly, from a cast perspective, we've pretty much met the majority of people who have done the show either on stage or in the pub, and it's one massive family, and it's a beautiful thing, really. Yeah.
Do you think the show sends a message to theatre goers or punters, so to speak, about maybe they should be getting to their local pub in case it closes?
I think so. Again, it's that sense of community that we're all striving for. The more the modern world, the more we have things at our fingertips, the more isolated we're becoming, I feel. And it's that weird thing where you can be surrounded by people but not really actually have any connection to anybody. and that's a thing we're definitely losing, I think, as a society as a whole, is everyone's so engrossed in their phones, so engrossed in their sort of their own lives, that it's like, well, let's celebrate a place where we can come together and just find a sense of community again.
It's all about being present, right? I think that's the key, being present in the moment and present for the people that you care about. And what's the line in the show, that being here, really being here. And I think that's something which we are losing in modern society, and particularly, with dare I speak of it, the pandemic, and what that took away. And remember the feeling when we went back into pubs and we were able to see people. It's such a glorious thing, and yet we've kind of sort of seemed to have started taking steps away from that again, in that sense of community. And hopefully people, when they come and watch this show, they think, right, actually we need to support our community, and local businesses need people to survive. They don't fund themselves, so it's putting back into the community and getting something back from it as well. That's the key to it.
When I was preparing this week as well, I also thought about the charity that you guys work alongside and that sense of community, and it made me think that for some people, maybe that half an hour conversation in a pub is sort of like their main social interaction for the week or for the day or whatever, and something like that can be incredibly important to one's mental health, so they definitely go alongside each other, I personally think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think any excuse, not the only excuse, to have a bond with someone, to have just a moment of connection, can literally save a life. Like it's what we speak about. We work for the charity Calm, and it's all about just knowing that there are people there around you who, that if you need a conversation, if you need to have an arm around you, there are people there always listening, and that's a message we really want to send. And you only get that through being active in your community, and again giving back and engaging, so that's the message we want to send, really.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, kind of, you never know what someone needs in any given moment, what's going to pull them out of a bad situation. And I think one thing which the show and this pub is particularly well designed at is you can bring in any sort of emotion, and you can feel any emotion during it. So you see some people, crying and feeling really emotional during it. Some people just having the best night of their life and just having a party, and it's like, and that's the same on stage as it is off stage, and everyone in the audience, and we're all celebrating in a different way or taking from it what we need. And it's every feeling is valid is essentially the kind of the caption of that.
Do you think there's a wide variety of characters on stage? Do you think the characters reflect the kind of camaraderie that you might find in a pub these days?
Hopefully. I think that's what we've aimed for. Again, it's that each individual character is having their own specific emotional journey. And it's that thing that Rob just said, that all feelings are valid and are completely welcome, and people can be going through so many different things, and that's part of what the show is put together. Each individual character has a number or a song, and it's reflective of each character's emotional state at that point in time. There's, for example, characters, the romantic and the handyman, aren't having the best time during the show, but it's all about how everyone in the pub can rally around the people who need help and can be there for each other.
Going back to all of those amazing numbers in the show, what is your favourite number to perform that captures the spirit of pub life?
Oh, you go.
My favourite song, in terms of just as a song generally as well, is The Parting Glass. I love folk music, and it's such a beautiful song, and it's something which has so much sadness in it, but there's also so much optimism, and it's a real, just beautiful blend of emotions in one number, and the arrangement's great. And I think that's also particularly, you find it a lot in Irish pubs, but also in some British pubs as well. Actually in Wales, when I was over in Cardiff with you, and end up singing songs outside of pubs with choirs and things, and that's a really beautiful sort of, I don't want to say spiritual experience, but it kind of kind of is in a way, just music and uplifting, and for me, Parting Glass is that kind of, you'd hear that in a back room in a pub, people just start having a sing along, and then but something so deep and beautiful.
Yeah, so good. And theatrically for me, I think 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover is a really good example of every single person trying to help out the one character who's going through an emotional journey, and everyone trying a different way, and everyone rallying together to try and sort of support one character. I think that's a really good example of the message we're trying to kind of get across. It's a good song for that.
Both beautiful pieces as well. What do you hope audiences take away about the value of their community through watching the show? Because personally, I don't go to a lot of pubs, but this is probably my favourite pub. So what do you hope people take away when they leave that theatre?
Well, it's exactly like we've been speaking about, sort of just the importance of local community. You know, like I mentioned before, my hometown doesn't have a cinema anymore. The chapel closed down. The leisure centre doesn't run as many classes anymore because people aren't going. And it's these local businesses and things that used to be pillars of the community that we're losing. And it's just that, yeah, the message we try and get is just like, we hope that people just have a little think at least of these people who are trying to make a living, local businesses trying to help out and be part of a community, that they need our help, they need us to engage and be present. And yeah, hopefully we just get people to think a little bit more about that, about, oh yeah, I'll go down to the local, I'll give them a few quid tonight, and yeah, and help them out. So yeah, that's I think a good message.
And just this week, a happy hour was introduced before the show. The first one was yesterday. How was that?
It went well, yeah. I was performing. It was a really nice sort of occasion. It's nice bringing a different bit of music into the building as well. You know, when we all love performing the show and performing these numbers in the show, but it's nice for us to have an opportunity to perform something different for a change, you know, and kind of explore different avenues with music. And it was a really nice atmosphere, and it was lovely, and, you know, cheap pints, who can complain? It was fantastic. Yeah.
Did you have the freedom to choose what you sang?
Yes. Yeah. Complete control of that. So I tried to not make too many rogue choices, although one or two may have slipped in.
Unfortunately, I did miss it. What did you go for?
Well, I did an original song about working on board a cruise ship when they crashed the ship, and I sing a song which is my experience of that. And then I did Believe by Cher, Does Your Mother Know by ABBA,
Love that.
Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, and I did a cover of Richard Thompson, Why Must I Plead, which was my audition song for the Choirmen.
Oh, that's amazing. And finally, if you could save one pub from closing, whether it's real or fictional, which one would it be and why?
This, keep buying tickets.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'd agree with that. Amazing. What about you? Can you think of one?
A pub that I wish would stay open. I've always wanted to go to the bar in Cheers in America.
Oh, nice,
just to see that one. It's like famous in it. So
yeah, that's the one that came to mind as well.
I know.
Oh, thank you so much for talking to me today. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.